Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid news video on the channel. It's been close to 2 weeks now since my last video. Sorry, I've taken a summer break. Actually, not really a break. Been busy, basically not even at home every single day, even the weekends. And um, finally, I'm back. And even when I am at home, I'm so tired, and I'm just like, do I want to record? And it's like I have to, but I'm so tired, and there have been so much stuff going on over the last 2 weeks that the way I'm gonna format the news and the content is going to seem a little bit weird, but as of the 8th of August, these are the news that I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be starting off with the two players leaving for Fulham, which happened a week ago or so now, um, Gonzalo Garcia and Cesar Palacios, and then we'll talk a little bit more about incomings, players who have arrived, as well as a contract renewal at the end. And don't you worry, the Rodri news I will talk about later on in a second video on its own. I didn't want to, make everything into one, and I didn't want to talk about that together with the content from this video. I want that to be a standalone, talk about that isolated piece of video. So I will leave that to the second video later on. So check back later for that. But let's start off with what happened a week ago or so now. But Gonzalo Garcia has left, unfortunately, in terms of where I stood. I wanted him to stay, but I suppose it is best for everyone that, he left. And he isn't leaving with, you know, with no options to return. In a sense, Real Madrid have again added in a sell-on clause, and you know the basically the Real Madrid have added in the buyback clause or whatever you call it, in terms of not we'll get him back for a certain fee, but it will be cheaper. So basically, let me just read this for you. Gonzalo Garcia to Fulham, here we go, deal completed with Real Madrid. The fixed fee is only 40 million euros. There's 2 million euros in future add-ons, 30% sell-on clause, and matching rights for Real Madrid. So what that means, originally, he was going to leave for 70 million euros. Real Madrid said, you know what, you can have him for 40, we'll take the 30% sell-on clause for 30 million euros. So 1% for 1 million euros, basically 10% for 10 million euros, basically. And that means that if, let's say, Gonzalo Garcia kills it at Fulham and he scores 15 goals and he has an incredible season, and Real Madrid want to bring him back next season or next summer or the summer after, Real Madrid can approach Fulham and say, okay, we will pay you 100 million euros plus the 30% sell-on clause that's already in place. So imagine Gonzalo Garcia is being priced at 150 million euros. Real Madrid can say, oh, but we'll pay 100 and you guys still owe us, technically, the sell-on clause. So we'll only need to pay 70%. Now, I know I haven't explained it perfectly, but basically, Real Madrid have essentially bought stocks, 30% stocks for 30 million euros. And those 30% sell-on clause can increase as long as his transfer market value increases. So if he's worth 200 million, 30% of the 200 million is essentially free for Real Madrid. Real Madrid will only need to pay the other 70% out of the 200 million euros. So that is very smart because the 30 million euros now, on paper, yeah, you can do more with 30 million euros, but that 30 million euros can obviously fluctuate and increase if he does well. The better he does, the more it increases, the more value it becomes. So, look, obviously it's a gamble because if he doesn't do well at Fulham and his market value decreases, that 30% will decrease as well. And Real Madrid will get less than what we paid or what we sold him for um, back. But I don't think that is the concern. I think it's about holding on to the 30% and having that option to bring him back shall he do well. And if he doesn't do well, I'll imagine that Real Madrid will not want him back anyway. So let's see what happens. But it's a smart, it's a smart deal in terms of what we've done in the deal with the sell-on clause. The fees pretty decent and matching rights for Real Madrid as well. And you can see there, Gonzalo Garcia. Here we go. Now next up, we have got his teammate as well, who has joined him at Fulham. Cesar Palacios to Fulham. Here we go. Deal agreed on both player and club side with Real Madrid. 10 million euro transfer fee and 30% sell-on clause. As Marca reports, Real Madrid have matching rights for both Palacios and Gonzalo Garcia. So it's the same deal, it's the same concept. The difference is only the fee that they're paying right now. They're paying obviously significantly less transfer fee for Cesar Palacios, which makes sense because he hasn't played much first team minutes. He is a gamble of a signing, but I think he will come good. I think he will. I think there is that potential he does better than Gonzalo Garcia, to be honest, at Fulham specifically. But let's see what happens. I think both of them will link up really well. I think the both of them will cook in the Premier League. And Fulham have become Real Madrid B, which is really nice to see, and a team that we can sort of secretly cheer for this season. But of course, let's see. Now, next up, another departure. This came in 2 or 3 days ago. Franco Mastantuono on loan to Fiorentina. Here we go. Agreement reached with Real Madrid this morning. Loan move for the Argentine talent who joins the Italian club. Mastantuono will return to Real Madrid next summer. So 1 year straight loan. I don't believe there's any option or obligation to buy. It's a straight loan for 1 year, and I think it's good for him. He came in last summer, I think, with a lot of promise. I think I was expecting a lot more from him as well, and the opening couple of games he did pretty alright, and then that injury sort of ruined his momentum. He didn't get back into the first team, and whenever he did, he just didn't look like that same player at the start. It's a shame because he's been memed a lot on social media as well. I don't think he deserves it. I think he's actually a really talented player, but perhaps this move to Fiorentina can sort of revive his career, and let's see what happens next summer, especially with Diomande coming in and what his future is gonna be. There's a very good chance he comes back and he gets sold again. So let's see. Now, Real Madrid signed another player. I think this one has been forgotten already. But Real Madrid signed Carlos Espy as new striker. Here we go. 25 million euros release clause activated from Levante with formal letters sent to the club tonight. Spanish striker joins immediately with medical in Madrid today. This was also a week ago now. Look, like I said, I think this was a deal that sort of came out of nowhere, really, to be honest. I think it's obviously the Gonzalo Garcia replacement. I think it's a good player. I would be lying if I said I heard or I've seen him play, really. But look, I don't think that position is I don't think we need someone who is absolutely, a killer. I don't think we need someone who is the best in this position in the world. I don't mind having a player like him who can come in, learn, and develop. And we have essentially earned 50 million euros by selling Gonzalo Garcia and bringing in Carlos Espy. So I'll take it. I think that's a pretty decent deal. So yeah, fair enough. Obviously, hope he succeeds and cooks. Now, finally, this came in. This is the most recent piece of news. Vinicius Junior has renewed. Now, um, I don't know if the link will work. It's loading. Well, whilst it's loading, has it loaded? There you go. So, Real Madrid Club Football and Vinicius Junior have agreed on the extension of our player's contract, which links him to the club until June 30th, 2032, so it's a 6-year contract renewal. Vinicius Junior joined Real Madrid in July 2018 at the age of 18. In his 8 seasons with wearing our jersey, he has played 375 matches, scored 128 goals, won 14 titles, 2 Champions League, 3 Club World Cups, 2 Super Cups, 3 La Ligas, 1 Copa del Rey, and 3 Spanish Super Cups. His contribution to all these titles has been pivotal due to his gameplay, assists, and goals, including those scored in the last 2 Champions League finals won by Real Madrid. The 14th in Paris 2022 and the 15th in London 2024. During this period with Real Madrid, Vinicius won the Best FIFA Men's Player Award 2024, was named the Golden Ball of the Intercontinental Cup 2024, Best Player of the Champions League 23-24, Golden Ball of the Club World Cup 22, and Best Young Player of the Champions League 2021-22. Additionally, he was included in the FIFA World 11 2024, twice in the FIFA FIFPro World 11 2023 and 2024, and 3 times in the Champions League Team of the Season 21-22, 22-23, and 23-24. Vinicius Junior has become one of the most important players in one of the most successful periods in our history. And that's the end. So we get that announcement finally. Thank God. And I believe this as well is the exact same thing. What the hell was that? Oh, those are the comments. But I believe that is the exact same thing. So look, my thoughts are simple. I'm very happy Vini Jr. is staying because that's less problems heading into the season. If Vini Jr. had gone into the season with 1 year left and rejected a contract renewal, the questions would have been, is he going to stay this summer? Is he going to leave? Or is he going to play? Because if he doesn't leave this summer and he doesn't sign a new contract extension, he's leaving on a free next summer. And that means that Arsenal, PSG, Man City, whoever who want him can get him on a free. And Real Madrid cannot let that happen. And we haven't, which is good. But obviously, we cleared it up. He's staying. And look, I'm very happy with Vini Jr. I like Vini Jr. as a player. I think he's a fantastic player. And I don't care about these Vini versus Mbappe fan cults. I'm a Real Madrid fan, not a Player FC fan. I like every player equally. I think every player who plays for the club or at least should be, liked and respected equally. And I want every player at the club to succeed equally. Because what that means is, if we win the Champions League, everyone is part of that. Everyone has done their roles. If we win the La Liga, yes, the same thing. Everyone is part of it. Everyone has contributed. And I don't want it to be divided into Team Vini or Team Mbappe. So I'm super happy that he's staying. And yeah, let's see. But like I said, later on, video number 2 will be coming. Let me know what thoughts are down below on this video. However, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.